Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Unexplained Places video on the Appalachian Mountains. I've done videos on hotspots throughout this area, but I found out recently that it's more than just the hotspots. That's the entire area apparently has some issues. So let's just get into this. Long before white men settled in the New World, the first Americans talked about certain areas of the Appalachian Mountains where nobody should go. They talked about darkened woods and caves and all manner of non-human creatures and entities that simply did not make sense. Certainly the wildlife in the area could be dangerous, to be sure, with bears, mountain lions, bobcats, snakes, and the like roaming the mountains. But what they really feared, were the other things in the woods, which generally meant no good to those who witnessed them. Many Cherokee families simply left the area to go live elsewhere. The area from Tennessee through Kentucky and the Virginias and up into Pennsylvania encompasses most of the Appalachian Mountains, and that area also encompasses lots of specific hotspots like Chestnut Ridge, Pittston, Pennsylvania, and Chimney Rock, North Carolina. I've done videos on those. Go and check them out. But the area I'm talking about now is such a broad-ranging expanse that, with such a diverse and downright spooky nature to it, that one cannot help but be intrigued. All along the Appalachian Mountains, UFO sightings are quite common. Outside of those specific hotspots, however, UFO abductions per se are not reported to any abnormal degree. It's the other things that are seen and experienced that really turn up the weird. There are stretches of dark, quote unquote, dark woods, which seem to swallow up light and sound, and where those who venture within oftentimes do not return. An abnormal amount of missing persons are reported annually with no explanation. Trail cameras have gotten photos of all manner of strange creatures, including, I saw this one the other day, a demonic-looking figure with goat horns and bat wings. It had glowing eyes and white fur. Now, certainly a lot of these trail cam photos can be faked. Let's not mince words. They can be faked. But hearing the people talk about them, they're either really, really good actors or they're really, really scared. Either way. People who live in the area have reported transparent humanoids with yellow eyes, giant black snakes, Bigfoot, and other cryptids like Mothman and the like. They've also reported blurred, pale bipeds. These are not furry, but it looks like the areas around them are blurred, like they're not quite in sync with reality, maybe. That's the only thing I can come up with. Extra dimensional or something, I don't know. Parents warn their children that if you hear pleas for help in your own voice, or you hear strange voices calling you by name, get out of the area quickly while pretending you did not hear it. This is a common thing in the Appalachians. Hikers have been baited off the trails by new backpacks, hiking boots, compasses, or other strange gear. Once the item is taken, the strangeness stays with them. For whatever reason, whatever's in the Appalachians follows them home. It's crazy. It's like they're keyed on those items, and when the hiker takes them, they take it home with them. The strangeness along with the gear. Centuries worth of death and destructions. We're talking Native American wars, the Civil War, and other bad events, have left a supernatural flavor to the area in the form of hauntings. There are numerous cemeteries throughout the area, many of which have been overgrown and forgotten. So you don't know who's buried there. You don't know why they died, how they died, who killed them, if they were murdered, that kind of thing. There are abandoned cabins and other homesteads, and those are home to ghosts, shadows, demons, or worse. Didn't know that there was a worse than a demon, but there you go. Shadow people are seen regularly stalking the woods, and unexplained disembodied voices can be heard having conversations from long ago. Now, full disclosure, I lived in North Carolina on the edge of the Green Swamp for 6 years. One of the first things the locals told me when I moved there was to stay out of the swamp at night. They said that the gators and the snakes were the least of my worries if I did go in there. I had no reason to doubt them, so I did not go into the swamp at night. For the entire 6 years I was there, I pretty much avoided that swamp, just, on general principles. But again, this is what the locals are saying, okay? You cannot have that many warnings and some of it not be true. That's all I'm saying. If you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the one pictured here, The House Off Farrago Road. It is a fun story about a house in New Orleans where the monsters all hang out. I thought it was appropriate for this video. Everything from a Welsh gargoyle to a Russian sea devil, a sentient house, a witch, a druid, supernatural bad guys, which is apropos because the protagonist is a homicide detective who also happens to be a skinwalker squirrel. Yeah, skinwalker squirrel. So yeah. Like I said, it's a fun story. I did it to be entertaining. There's nothing political about it. So if you enjoy a good book, check that out. If you like quirky, weird stuff, that pretty much encompasses everything that I write. All my stuff can be found on my author page, H.L. Anderson, there at Amazon.com. Hope you can find something you like, and I hope you enjoy reading it. You folks have yourselves a good one. God bless one and all.